Okay, chat. Okay guys, today we are watching Why Can't You Have a Baby Elephant for Christmas by Casual Geographic. Everyone on Twitch, go on, say hello. Say hello to YouTube, guys. Go, 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 go. So this video, I'm assuming, is about elephants. I'm making my prediction that it's about elephants being evil.
Posted in a while, my coming back, and
Let's go.
I'm not really good at making these kind of videos, but you know, I think it's time I address the elephant in the room.
It's building.
Ever since I was a baby, elephants were the animals that were my favorite, and this summer I became the favorite animal to an elephant's baby, and I learned that baby elephants are the most dangerous, reckless, logically bankrupt, whatever this is, threats to human welfare, and the cutest thing I've
Chat, low-key, what was just going on there? Elephants remind me of you guys already.
ever run away from. This is the face of a war criminal. So in case you were considering adopting this cankled crash out into your life, I traveled halfway around the world to beef with a baby elephant, so you don't have to. This is baby June. She's a 9-month-old wrecking ball with 4 legs with no regard for human rights. You see, June be wanting to play, and you got to tell her no, but she don't listen. And that's the problem. Baby elephants are too playful for the... Well, actually it is for their good. You'll notice that a lot of the smartest animals are also the most playful, and playing actually consolidates the skills you'll need later in life. It's actually been proven that the elephants that play the most as kids end up more well-adjusted and adaptable as adults. It's why you'll see these videos of elephants chasing around birds, chasing around dogs, and just wrestling each other. Problem, it's one thing for an elephant to roughhouse another elephant. Getting hawked down by a 900-pound toddler that doesn't know their own strength is a different heart attack. And do not tell me June didn't know.
Baby elephants look kind of scary. I don't know what about baby elephants, but they look a little freaky. Like, I would be scared of a baby elephant. Dumbo ears? Yeah, they have big ears.
She was doing this. She kept trying to act cute in my face, only to bum rush me from behind. Oh, and they're a car-sized Saint Bernard. You run, they see that as a license to chase.
Here you go again, chewing stop.
Speaking of which, the other reason baby elephants are bad for your health. When baby elephants get excited, they make a lot of sounds. They're actually pretty noisy animals in general. Problem is, elephants are also some of the most overprotective mothers on earth, and hearing their baby make any noise sends them running. They literally warn you not to rile up June because she might think she's playing, whole time she just accidentally called a hit out on you. Keep in mind, elephants are pregnant for 2 months short of 2 years. That's a nearly 2-year internal investment, and you're grass if she thinks you're threatening it. To be fair, if you heard your child yell from across the house just to find a random man posted up next to your spawn, no amount of backpedaling will keep him in present tense. Doesn't change the fact that June raised my health insurance with a different kind of charge. Yeah, baby elephants can be remarkably bad for your health. To be fair, we're kind of a disaster for theirs. We took the biggest animal on land and made their land the smallest it's ever been, and believe me, as hard as you think uprooting a family of several thousand-pound plus-size lawnmowers is, it is harder. In fact, I challenge you, play this game. 10 minutes, you'll wonder how the elephants made it work, because this game gives you a small taste of what the elephants have to go through. Alright, hold on, let me do the... Okay. Beast Lord: The New Land is an animal-themed strategy mobile game.
I can't skip ads. I got in trouble.
It shows why elephants probably hate us, because this game gives you the same problem we gave them.
Low-key, guys, I've been playing so many mobile ads. I'm not mobile ads, mobile games recently. I love like a bad mobile game.
And just like with wild elephants, you choose how you want to proceed, and you can play the role of collector, invader, or developer. Each has their own buffs and nerfs. Like if you're just starting out, you're better off as a collector, since that means more resources early on.
I can't see my second monitor.
And you're probably getting steamrolled. And like some choose crime, and we'll get to that, you can opt for invader, living off...
I can't even skip this if I want, because I can't see my monitor.
Resource gathering.
The screen is black.
And the same way elephants influence the world as a keystone species.
Hi, Norwegian. Hello, how are you doing?
Just like a matriarch leading the herd, every decision you make determines whether you prosper or perish. But no pressure, have fun with it. And to make sure you do, Beast Lord's got an exclusive...
What games are you playing? I play Battle Block. It's kind of like a Tetris game. I play a lot of it. I play brain games.
Already have. Download Beast Lord: The New Land using the link in the description and start paying reparations to these elephants. You'd think June was the manifestation.
Alright, let's go.
Rage. Almost the opposite, because the other dangerous thing about being around a baby elephant, well, you know how humans are the smartest things alive, allegedly, but our babies have the self-preservation of a kumquat because the learning curve is so high? There's so much elephants have to learn about elephanting that they start off kinda... I want to say unaware, which would explain why June didn't get that my pelvis physically couldn't handle a lapdog in the weight class of a cow. So yeah, you can actually get loved to death by an elephant that doesn't know any better. We're talking about a baby animal that sometimes steps on its own
Chat, you know, I had cows growing up, and I had like a cow that was 1,000 pounds, and he would try to hump me, dude, and that would kill me. Like, if he fell on me. I feel like elephants are just like big cows. Huh? Don't judge me, chat. I was a farmer.
Trunk, it can take 1 full year to figure out how to use it. Or you know, 9 months in motivation. Yeah, June ate my poncho. Like right off my chest. Now wearing green around animals that eat grass for a living, that was a decision. But that trunk's another reason a prepubescent pachyderm can be really bad for your house, because understand, nothing's out of reach. Also, there's power in that trunk. Her name June, but she easily could have had me feeling the Mayweather in September if she swung. And if you think she couldn't move you like a gust of wind,
Rei getting dry humped by a baby cow was not on Chat, if you guys haven't been around like cows, like they're just like big dogs. Like they're super playful, they like people. Cows are that way too.
you lying. And I know I kind of implied they're dumb, but like, only in the ways that are inconvenient. They know to mess with tourists for a response, and they don't forget who gave them the best one. So June targeting me, that wasn't an accident. So yeah, baby elephants are much more of a life hazard than you ever could have imagined. Question is, why did I do that to myself? Well, if this video gets, I'm gonna say 150k likes, I'll go to an elephant sanctuary somewhere and record it. 150k likes, 150k likes, 150.
Let's go. Oh, that's why he went and did this.
Here, and it's most Asian elephants.
Low-key, I feel like I would be really scared to be around elephants like this.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word,
Elephants
so
are
I knew I was gonna have
scary.
to see some
They're
elephants.
scary.
What
They're
I didn't know was
huge.
just how hard it'd be to find the right place, and to explain why, we gotta go back. The relationship between Asian elephants and people is wildly toxic, and it starts with people destroying their habitats and taking over their ancestral avenues. But you remember
Sounds
what I said about
right.
that learning curve? Yeah, they wasn't going for that. As arguably the smartest thing alive that's not us, the elephants just adapted, and then you had families of elephants raiding crop fields at night or even breaking into houses to steal rice. And that's all it takes. Cause on one side, you got farmers trying to defend their livelihood from a 4-ton marauding raccoon, and on the other side, elephants are just trying to live a life that people have made that much harder.
I would
It's a
not
vicious
trust
cycle
an
with elephants
elephant
often
like
getting
that.
injured or even killed by farmers protecting their stock, while hundreds of people get flatlined by those same elephants each year. And you already know, if an elephant murks a person, it's likely getting put on a shirt in retaliation. But it's also proven that kind of activity causes genuine PTSD in the survivors, making them that much more trigger happy. An unpopular opinion, I never liked how y'all made fun of this woman. Like, yeah, she could have done the elephant dirty and gotten got. That elephant also could have been a hurricane on 4 legs that was finna life retire the first person she ran into, and Maya Murmu got cheated out the game of life. Now add elephants getting exploited for things like logging companies, and you realize that somewhere an elephant with internet made this and wanted problems. Logging was especially nasty since the Ellies would be separated from their families, abused, and usually disabled by the end, since a lot of times they'd get injured
Yeah,
but would be
that's
forced to
fucked
work
up.
through it. Logging was made illegal in Thailand, but now there was a problem. Suddenly a bunch of elephants were out of work, and unemployment don't really work when you put away shacks weight in food a day. Now the only reason I brought all of that up is because it directly led to the
big
problem I
boy.
had. Stay with me now. So with so many elephants with nowhere to go, a bunch of sanctuaries started opening their doors, and it seemed like the perfect compromise. The Ellies are taken care of, and
I'm sure he'll talk about this, but I've heard that like a lot of elephant sanctuaries are like bad. Like it's the same thing, right? That they don't take great care of them and they just make money off them. I don't know though. I'm sure he's smart enough to go to a good one, but
get to retire, and people get to see these absolute units up close. Except a lot of times, it's the worst kind of trap. A lot of these sanctuaries
yeah.
are just the
There
same
we
problem
go.
with different gift wraps. Stay with me. You know how it became common knowledge that elephant riding is a great time for anyone not an elephant? It's cruel, it's hell on their back, and the way they train them to do it,
oh,
We'll get to that. But basically, elephant riding became a massive red flag for a reason we'll also get into, and most sanctuaries trashed it. But there's also many that offer elephant washing, and that might not seem as bad, so again, I'ma really need y'all to stay with me. Wild elephants aren't strangers to water, but they don't spend all day in there, and they kinda just go as they choose. Problem is, when you sell tourists the promise of washing an elephant, and they pay for it, an elephant that doesn't feel like it is bad for business. So these trunk merchants end up not having a choice, and sometimes they'll even hide bull hooks in the water to goad the elephants where they want them. By the way, that's a bull hook, and they've actually been banned in zoos. They were so cruel, and that's a problem, because if you don't know any better, you might think you're having a wholesome moment. Whole time they're suffering and you're funding it. You know, I'll
Yeah.
go even further. Those places where you can get it.
you know, I feel like, maybe controversial opinion, but I feel like any time like animals are being held in captivity, like unless it's like a rehabilitation place or something like that, like they're probably not being like treated to the best quality of life. You know what I mean? I never go near elephants face to face. I've actually actually never seen an elephant, guys. I've never seen one. I think maybe I've seen one like in a zoo in like a sad cement enclosure, but that's like the only time I've seen one.
Painting from an elephant, same thing. The elephant's just doing the same thing that it was slavishly taught to do since birth, often also at the threat of a bull hook.
Chat, okay, I don't know how people like see videos like this and they're like, yes, that elephant is passionate painter. Nobody is forcing him to do that. Obviously someone is forcing the elephant to paint. What the heck?
And it's not just elephants. You might remember that era of people taking pictures with tigers and putting them on Tinder. Hopefully that's the closest they ever got to pull. Often the tigers are declawed, defanged, and higher than Shaggy, they're drugged beyond belief. Basically, if you have a whole wild animal, one with a known human body count, just sitting there like a trained dog, yeah, you know something ain't right. And these traps are literally everywhere, and they're really easy to fall for. I remember how much I wanted to see one of those otter cafes in Japan, until I found out how utterly egregious.
Chat, when I went to Japan, I was so tempted to go into like, you know, they have like capybara cafes and they have otter cafes, but it just feels wrong. It just feels so weird. Even like the cat and dog cafes, there's like 20 dogs inside. I'm like, dude, where do they pee? Like, we are in the middle of Tokyo right now. There's not a park within miles. Like, where do these capybaras, where do these otters, where do these bunnies, like, where do these dogs, where do they pee? Do they go on walks? You know what I mean? It just feels wrong.
Egregious that would be. So now you see my problem. If I don't go to a sanctuary, then I'm the guy that lied to millions of people. If I do go but promote the wrong one, at that point I might as well just nuke my channel. But then I thought, I shouldn't worry about going to a good elephant sanctuary. I should go to the elephant sanctuary. And on that note, introducing...
What's this?
This is Lek Chyler. Her name means tiny, she's about 4'10", and she's the biggest fucking G you'll ever meet. She's an animal lover with an elephant-sized soft spot in her heart. It's low-key medically alarming, but she seems fine. And when she was young, she witnessed the horror of the elephant logging and riding business. I know I said we get back to the training stuff, so... yeah, cause out of all the things I've talked about, this might unironically be the most disturbing. You ever wonder how a highly intelligent animal known to get people PTSD takes so much grief from something 40 times lighter? Unfortunately, it's called the crush, and it involves isolating a baby elephant, tying it to a box, and beating it for 24 hours. Bull hooks, nails, chains, all of it. Why? Well, you remember how I said the mothers are overprotective? Well, elephants are also the biggest mama's boys in nature, and this brutal brainwashing means their love for their mother now gets overshadowed by their new fear of man. And if it doesn't work in the first 24, then they just go back for another 24 hours, and then another, until eventually the baby's too traumatized to even look at its mother. It's called the crush, because they literally crush their spirit. You look them in the eyes, there's nothing left. I'm not showing videos because 1, YouTube seems to hate talking about animal abuse more than they hate the abuse itself, and 2, I don't know if you've ever heard an elephant scream for its mother, but mama, sorry for my language, that will fuck you up. That's the part of riding an elephant you don't see, and I'ma just say, I rode an elephant as a kid. That memory will forever be tainted. Yeah, Lex saw that and that was her villain origin story, or at least part of it. But she obviously tried to spread the word, but not only was elephant trekking a huge business in Thailand, it was a business her own family was in. So that villain story just went Joker. But didn't I tell you?
Chat, low-key, like, I think about things like that, like, when I was, like, 4, right? I rode an elephant at a circus, and, like, no one thought about anything. But, like, it was so many people had, like, hamsters and, like, those horrible plastic cages, like, fish in those horrible fish bowls. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like so many more people are more educated on, like, maybe that's a little messed up, that fish in that teeny tiny bowl, or riding this elephant, you know?
Tiny is a G. She wasn't going for it, and she kept applying pressure. And while she did make noise, she'd be doubly disowned by the government and her own family. Well, not all of them, because the elephants would be her family, and in 1995, Lek Chyler would found the Elephant Nature Park near Chiang Mai, Thailand, which has since rescued over 200 elephants, where not a single bull hook's used, and a trunk tyler has no reason to fear people, which gave me every reason to fear June. That girl legitimately terrorized me, and the worst part is I'll let her do it again, no questions asked. You know they put elephants first when you got baby June out here wilding. So yeah, after hearing about it, reading about it, and even watching a movie about it, I knew exactly where I was going. And after 20 hours, a couple layovers, and a drive up a mountain my nerves did not appreciate.
That looks so pretty. I want to go there.
First thing they did when we got there was hand me a bucket of watermelon, which I thought was a sick joke until I realized it wasn't for me. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might have a question. Casual, what's the difference between feeding an elephant and washing or riding one? I'm so glad you asked. The whole point is these problem sanctuaries have elephants doing things they wouldn't be doing in the wild. Yeah, elephants spend 20 hours a day eating. You'd have to really commit to overfeed one. It's also good because the mahouts raising them can motivate them with food. No hooks required. And that's what makes EMP so great, because even though it's Thailand, everything runs on on EST.
Oh, it's Thailand.
Elephant Standard Time. Like, you pay to be around elephants, but they decide what you do and how long you do it. For example, where they dropped us off and where we went to go meet the rest of the herd was about a 20-30 minute walk in theory. Yeah, it took 2 hours because EST means if an elephant pulls over and says it's snack time, then it's snack time. No discussion. And if you get caught in the rain because an elephant decides to do skincare, then that's what it is. If you mad, meditate on it. Oh, speaking of the others, it wasn't just June. I also met this young lady, Kampang. And when I say young, I'm talking 51 trips around the sun. And here you got Nungpup. She's 44 with plenty of room for more. Also, you don't just play with pachyderms all day. You actually go through a day in the life of a volunteer. Like learning how to make an elephant's favorite snack, rice balls with bananas, tamarinds, and maize. And you can't tell, but I was strongly considering taking one for myself. Oh, the smell. I just know it was bussin'. I also got to meet the resident angsty teenage male, and yeah, everything I have joked about June goes doubly dead serious for Buddy. The males get solitary confinement, and before you feel bad, it's for a very good reason.
Solitary
Anyway, you get to see elephants in their natural and even learn stuff along the way. Elephants are walking instruments. You wouldn't believe the kind of sounds that come out of them. I also never realized how much I needed elephant ASMR. The other thing is, elephants make a lot of noise.
You need solitary confinement.
Except when they don't want to. When elephants go incognito, they don't make a sound, and since they're technically always tiptoeing, you really might not hear them coming. If you're trying to set a record for weight loss, there'd be times I turn away for half a second and 6,000 pounds of mass would just be missing. It was actually kind of freaky. Another thing.
Hello.
Elephants can smell numbers. They have the best noses on earth, and experiments.
You know, chat, the only thing that has ever like scared me about elephants is like their trunks. The way they move kind of scares me. Like, I don't want to be like grabbed by an elephant trunk. I would be really scared. There's a notorious road where elephants purposely stop banana trucks and they help themselves to what's in the back, then they let them go. You just get pulled over by a gang of elephants and they rob you. That nose looks like an upside down heart. It does. It does. I don't know why they kind of scare me. They scare me a little bit.
Show they can actually smell what sealed bucket has the most sunflower seeds without looking. But it also means when they give you a sack of bananas to feed them, they know exactly how much you got on you. You will not be convincing them otherwise. I really
Hand over the bananas.
Said, yeah, you're not doing that. Run it. Also, they wait. Where's the rest of you? Oh, yep, there they are. Elephants are way better climbers than I thought. Like, I don't know how they got up there. No, like literally, I tried to follow them. I couldn't. To me, the most important thing, and I hope y'all get to do this at least once, but when you look an elephant in the eyes, that's just a feeling like you can see how intelligent they are. You can see how aware and like what they've been through, and I don't know. There's just something about making eye contact with an animal that's suffered so much and finally knows it's safe. That's a core moment. And the thing is, I just know if more people knew, they'd take this over any other elephant flex you could buy. It's really the elephant nature park. And I'm gonna break your heart one last time, because now the real reason for this video. They actually flooded right after I left, and we're talking the worst one in the wild for a place that's pretty used to it. And while a little water's normally nothing to an elephant, a lot of the ones here are disabled from years of work. We're talking dislocated hips, injuries from stepping on landmines, and some of them are even blind. Unfortunately, 2 of the elephants I met, they're not there. Well, they're not here anymore. So there's an emergency flood relief fund to help them recover, and they could really use some help, so y'all already know where that link's going. It'll be in the description. Also, it's not just elephants. ENP has cows, pigs, monkeys, geese, and a very friendly population of dogs. They've done a lot of good in the world, and right now they really need that back. So if you can help, if you're able, that'd be great. But even in the worst possible time, elephants show me why they're my favorite. These 3 elephants are actually guiding a 4th blind one, walking just slow enough and making just enough noise.
Chat, I thought that this video was gonna be about elephants being evil. I'm making my prediction that it's about elephants being evil. Now I feel bad and I want to cry. And then this was the exact opposite. I feel like a lot of his videos are like, these animals are crazy, they'll eat you alive. But this one is very wholesome. It's very wholesome and very sad.
For her to safely follow, and if that doesn't make you want to protect them at all costs, then nothing will. Also interviewed one of the mahouts, and the full conversation will be posted on Patreon. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you actually no, there's one more thing. Thank you.
Girl.
Ooh, that was corny, but hear me out. And this year I went to the turtle.
I love Casual Geographic. I feel like he's such a sweetheart. I love everything he does.
Center in the Cayman Islands, swam with sharks in Hawaii, and And now I got to meet my favorite animal.
Yeah,
I
he
did not
does
do
a
any
lot
of
of
that
cool stuff.
without y'all. I don't think y'all understand. Like, y'all done changed the trajectory of my whole life. My job
Let's
before this had nothing to
go.
do with animals. Now I basically LARP as Nigel Thornberry. Like you for real. I'll never not be grateful for y'all. Even if this is your first time watching, the fact that you
He's
watched
so
this far.
sweet.
All right, that's enough much. I'm gonna need y'all to drink water, hug your mother and your father. Shit, them.
Yeah, chat, drink water, hug your mother, hug your father, let's go. We gotta love the earth more. I agree, we do. But thank you guys for watching with me. Thank you.